Good morning, kids. We're going to go ahead and go over the test. I'm going to go over it in sections. Please look in your notes for section 1 and remember that we changed this one to cosecant squared of x. So let's go ahead and start with section 2. If the sine of A is 15 over 17 and A is in quadrant 2, let's just start by sketching angle A. A lot of you drew angle A, but you didn't draw it in the right quadrant, so that kind of messed you up with your signs. So angle A is in quadrant 2, and the sine of angle A is 15 over 17. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. This is a special right triangle, so the other leg is negative 8. Negative because it's in quadrant 2. So right there you can tell me that the cosine of angle A is negative 15, oh sorry, excuse me, negative 8 over 17. Okay, let's draw angle B because it's in quadrant 4. So angle B over here in quadrant 4, and its cosine is 5/13. So we'll draw this angle in the right triangle here. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, which leaves the other leg to be negative 12. Negative because we're in quadrant 4. So that means that the sine of angle B is negative 12 over 13. It's very important that you draw the angle in the correct quadrant so that you get the SIG ends correct. Okay, from here we can just plug straight into the formulas that you wrote up in section 1. So the sine of A plus B is equal to the sine of A, which was 15 over 17, times the cosine of B, 5 over 13, plus cosine of A. Cosine of A was negative 8 over 17, times the sine of B, negative 12 over 13. What's your signs when you go to simplify this? You've got 75 over 221 plus 96 over 221. And that simplifies to be 171 over 221. So there's our answer for number 1 in section 2. I'm going to go ahead and erase so I have some room to answer question 2. So let's erase this part here. And go ahead and look at number 2. Again, we're just going to plug straight into the cosine of A plus B formulas. So I've got the cosine of A is negative 8 over 17 times the cosine of B, which is 5 over 13. In this case, it's minus the sine of A times the sine of B, negative 12 over 13. So again, being careful to simplify, negative 40 over 221, negative turned to negative is a positive, 15 times 12 is 180 over 221. So our answer to number 2 is 140 over 221. Okay, so that coupled with this answer, what do we have here, 171 over 221, we're going to use sine of A, excuse me, sine of A plus B over the cosine of A plus B is going to be our answer for the tangent of A plus B. So that's 171 over 140. The denominators of the 221 cancel out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and erase the information here in red so that I can answer the rest of this here. Remember, you can always go back and see what I've written. Alright, so sine of 2A is 2 times the sine of A times the cosine of A. Oops. Sine A, cosine of A. So the sine of A we had as, what was it, 15 over 17. So I've got 2 times 15 over 17. And the cosine of A is negative 8 over 17. Multiplying out, let's see, we get 2 times 15 is 30, times negative 8 is negative 240, and the denominator, 17 squared, is 289. So there's our answer for number 4. Number 5, cosine of 2a, you have several formulas you can choose. Doesn't matter which one you use. I'm just going to use cosine squared of a minus the sine squared of a. So the cosine of a was negative 8 over 17. Make sure here that you put parentheses around this and square the quantity of negative 8 over 17. Minus the sine of a quantity squared, so we got 15 over 17, quantity squared. Negative 8 squared is 64 over 289 minus 225 over 289. And when we do that subtraction, let's see, what do we get here? 161 over 289, only it's negative 161 over 289. So there's your solution to section 2 of the test.